Okay.
Okay.
User joined your channel.
Nope. Hello. What happened to the server?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What happened?
Derp.
Huh, new server then?
So this seems to be done.
Let me reset it.
I'll get a drink.
Hello.
Oh, is that an update?
Are we starting already?
Yes.
Or do I
starting-
still have a couple of minutes?
We're about to start.
Maybe
Once
like
this server goes
1
up.
minute.
Yeah, okay. I have to go pee real quick.
There's no comp mod on that server.
It's loading. It has to cycle the map.
Okay.
Same IP.
User was moved to your channel.
AD, are you here?
Sure.
Can you change your name, please?
What?
Your
Can you
name?
change your name in game?
What's my name?
It's fuckwagon. I do want to try the Lawbreakers
you.
beta, yeah. I think it ends, what, tomorrow or something? Hey, have you guys seen that Lawbreakers game?
No.
What?
It's called Lawbreakers. It's like it's like Overwatch on steroids.
Really?
Yeah, it's like super skill based. Like none of that auto aim shit is on it.
Is it on sale?
It's in beta. It's an open beta this
Oh.
weekend.
Okay.
What server are we playing?
NA?
And then come on.
Scrolling.
Precise.
Scrolling. Scrolling.
AD, did you want to do the towards the end of this? Did you want to do the biodome lurk thing?
Yeah.
That's
Cheats are not enabled.
that's amazing actually.
Not yet. So we have 7?
Oh, the beta ends on the 5th. Okay, yeah, yeah. I need to try that game out, man. I really do.
Channel.
There's one more, so that's 8. That one might be a bit late or something.
Is Roland participating?
Yep.
We have one extra guy, the room away.
Hello.
Hello.
Didn't sign up.
Uh,
It's already small.
Yeah, I haven't signed up, so if there's no, if you guys are full and there's no space, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
you can join. We're short a couple players anyways. Can you kick me, Nox? My game crashed.
Why are we kicking over?
Why not?
Mike.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they get him out of here.
Just make sure it's an admin kicking me, otherwise I'll get banned.
No.
No, you're kicked. You're admin kicked.
Thank you.
I kind of forgot about that part.
All right, can we start, or is like everybody here?
Yeah,
you
whenever
have
you're
a
ready,
list?
we can start.
All right, AD, you want to start it off or what?
Hold on a second here. My fucking keyboard's broken.
Well, until AD fixes that, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce us. So for those who don't know, I'm Schu. That's AD. We played in a bunch of teams together. One of them was Damage Networks back in season 3, 2, something like that. He played in All In, which was I think the runner-up back in season 1 and 2, just behind Nexel and Titus. So we played on Lucky Chams, and that was probably our most popular team. We won, I think, 4 or 5 divisions on that team, and we primarily played Lurk during that little phase of us on Lucky Chams. I won't say that our Lurks were the best, but we had pretty damn good teamwork. Anything you want to add on that, AD, or what?
I'm really good, dude.
All right. Well, he's fucked up. Okay, so anyways, we had to make a playstyle that worked well for us. Now this isn't like set in stone. Like like you have to do this, especially since the Lurk hitboxes have been changed. So things that we used to do don't really work anymore, just because you get fucking destroyed. But it still matters all the same, especially in competitive. Now, are people here looking for competitive lurking or for pub stomping lurking? Because those are two different playstyles.
Well,
I'd say competitive.
Why
You
are we
can
here for
still
pub
stomp
stomping?
pubs.
Yeah, competitive.
You can do that anyway. Even if you suck at it, you can still.
All right.
stomp.
So in a competitive way of playing, it's totally different from pub stomping. If you can pub stomp as a lurk, and then you go into comp playing the same way, you're gonna get rolled. So mainly the Lurk is the best alien class in the game, hands down. It's also the hardest class to play in the game.
Gorge?
No.
Yeah.
The Lurk comes up in what?
Commander.
The Lurk comes up in 3 minutes, and that's when the game changes dramatically. And if you have really weak Lurks, the Marines are gonna steamroll you. So you have to play aggressive with Lurks early game, and so on and so forth. And if you have a teammate that helps you the whole time, that holds your little wing with you while you guys fly around, you will be unstoppable force. So that's like the Lurk introduction, I guess. What are you guys having problems with?
Getting out of battles when taking damage.
Getting out of battles.
Yeah,
I'd
so
say
for some reason, if I play as a Marine and I encounter lurks, then I cannot hit them in any way possible. But when I go in, get a couple of bites, I get killed from going out. And even doing up, down, left, right stuff. So I don't know. Maybe some
Here,
tips
let
there.
me chime in here for that.
So you haven't planned this out, going through the basics and then go to more advanced things.
So, when you're playing Lurk, every time you plan to engage a Marine or multiple Marines, you should always
Silence.
be thinking about how you're going to leave the room before you even go in for the fight. That's what I used to do.
Did it disconnect?
What?
Who? What?
Sure.
I'm here. What's up? What?
Yeah, he has to be a question.
AD was answering it.
Oh. Yep. I forgot I have him muted. Give me a second.
Oh snap.
There's a problem.
What?
He had
No
you
wonder it was
muted,
so
so he's there. He's like, "Schu?" I'm like, "What?"
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like I was saying, anytime that you engage with Lurk, it's more important to have an escape plan before you engage than it is to have evasive movement, really high skill evasive movement, because honestly, sometimes the best escape is like just really easy. You don't have to like do anything fancy. But that's what I used to do in like season 4, I think. And I think I only lost 1 Lurk the entire season. But all I did is just think about, before I engage, which way I'm going to go out of the room after I'm done. I mean, that really honestly does a huge amount of like work.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
okay.
So it's more of just getting a couple of bites in and then immediately leaving, just not looking at what you did. Just
It's not
usually go in your plan.
it's about, before you engage, thinking, alright, well, what's the easiest way for me to get out of this room or this situation if I have to?
Like, always make sure you have an escape plan.
Like, don't
Be
YOLO,
map aware.
basically.
Make sure that you don't get pinched on the way where you want to escape.
And that,
Waffle, I have
Yeah,
no
I mean,
idea
think about
what
that
it is,
too,
yeah.
because if you know that you're going to take damage, you have to plan out, like, okay, well, I could get pinched in this location here, so if I just take the long way out, it might take longer, but I won't get killed.
And
Okay,
I think
this-
also map knowledge and awareness is very important.
Just
If
to
the
keep this
situation
on-
changes.
I mean, map knowledge, obviously, but all you guys know this map, or every competitive map, it's fine. Just to organize this a little bit better, you guys want the basics and then more like advanced shit, right?
Would be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Then
So
still have
basically,
some
as basic as this can get, just don't die. that's your main concern. I mean, I don't know like how basic you want me to get this.
Absolute basic.
Lurks are flying skulks, dude. They're easy to fucking hit. So you have to use the environment around you to make them waste bullets. You're also the main bait once lurks go up. You're going to be baiting a lot of bullets for the skulks to help clean out rooms. Don't always go for the kill, because I think a bite does 60 damage over time, I believe.
The 60 right
50
away.
plus 30.
60. Okay, so it does 90
Or
damage.
plus
User was
36.
moved to your channel.
Like that.
So as long as you can like whittle down their armor with spikes, with landing a bite or two, and then planning a way out. That's what you want to know basically to do with the Lurk. Now, obviously, it's not as easy as that once the game starts. So right when you start, when you and the other guy go Lurk, the first place that you want to go is to the Resmo that's about to get attacked, because that's usually what is going to happen. Marines are going to push. So, for instance, on this map, let's say that you have a tunnel and mezzanine. They're probably going to be pushing that again, like the 3rd time or something already. That's where that's where both Lurks go first. Now, this is something that most people do anyways without even having to be told. But in the first 3 minutes of the game, boom, your Lurk goes up, you save the first node, and then you're going to rotate back and forth between the lanes. You're going to go from mez to ore, until your fades basically go up. And that's usually how you play Lurk in the first 7.5, 8 minutes of the game. You're just defending your res lane.
Well,
And there's
one thing I
5
always say,
Peyton, Lex.
what I always used to make like a call when I played on Lucky Chams and whatever, narcolepsy and shit, is that Lurks literally don't leave where the cysts are. Just sit there and you lane your res, and you let the skulks go bite. And if you have to crush aside and get some skulks through, if you're really doing well, then that's good. But I see way too many Lurks in competitive play and gathers everything, they go out and they try to solo Marines like in their naturals and shit like that. That's not what the Lurk is intended for.
Yeah, but the problem is one of my commanders or one of my guys told me that Lurks are also there for defending the skulks, fighting res.
Yes.
No. Well, they can be, but that's not your main purpose.
Yeah, sure, it main purpose is defending, but is there a time to switch playstyle? Like when the fates pop, how do you play off of the fates pop? You know?
Oh.
Well, when the Fades pop, it's the Fades' job to really get the skulks through the lanes, not the Lurks.
Well, at that
The
point,
Lurks can
there won't be any
escape through
skulks.
on their own. The Lurks can go through the lanes on their own without help. That's one of the main things about the Lurk in mid-game.
Okay, yeah.
They can go bite res once the Fades are up, because they can go through the lanes easier than a Skulk can.
Okay.
But before that, though, the Lurks should literally just, unless you guys are like holding 5 res towers, you should be laning between your res. And Lurk should be together, not split up.
At all times. If a Lurk leaves, you're leaving with him, even if you are full health. It doesn't matter. If he's wounded, you gotta get the fuck out too. There's no point of risking losing one Lurk. Then just go back, heal up a little bit, and then go back in, and, you know. So that's like the main idea that you want to play with the Lurk. So you and the other Lurk both pop. You go defend the first node. You go back and forth. If you guys clear 4 Marines, then yes, you can go help Skulks bite nodes until Fades go up. Once Fades go up, you are the main res biters at that point, since there's no Skulks on the map anymore. Assuming that you haven't lost a Lurk. So it's just going to be basically a ball of death. So like you're going to be sticking with the Fades, going to each lane, and once you clear a room with the Fades, you're biting down those nodes. And that's how you play Lurk. And then once Umber goes up, which it should be very, very quickly after Hive number 2 goes up, you're going to be primarily spiking and umbering at that point in time. Biting will get... you actually don't bite much once the second Hive goes up. You're going to be mainly focusing on ranged attacking and support. Any questions?
According to that, or other questions?
According to that. According to that.
Okay.
Alright, next I wanted to move into mouse sensitivities and how to actually evade. So I know a lot of players here probably use low sensitivities on Marines, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
What do you define as low?
If you have to use your arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're having to use your arm, and if you're using that same sensitivity on aliens, you're doing it wrong. So for instance, I'm going to give you guys a great example here. So Golden's a prime example of this. He uses, shit, what is it, a 1.8 now or something? Is that right? 800 DPI at 1.8? He uses that
for him, but yeah.
He uses that both on aliens and Marines. And he used to main Lurk. And people used to joke about him dying with this Lurk all the time because he just straight lined, because he couldn't turn fast enough with the Lurk. And it's true, because he would just straight line you and try to out DPS the Marine. And it worked a lot of the times, but it also got his Lurk killed more than anything on Titus. So the moral of the story is up your sensitivity if it's too low, and you can dodge a lot more. It's not that hard.
Even with the new hitboxes.
Especially with the new hitboxes, you need to do that.
Okay.
Do you have 2 different sensitivities for Marine and Alien?
Then it's 2+, you can do that.
I use one sensitivity for both, but yeah, you can change it up in NS2+. I have one for Marine and one for Alien.
And you go to Mythics, and then you turn on team-specific sensitivity.
Schu and I both use the same alien sensitivity, 6 in-game, 800 DPI.
It's pretty high.
So, yeah, it's gonna feel fast as fuck if you guys are so used to like slow mouse movement. But I guarantee that your survival is more important than you trying to land bites in a row. You know, like if you miss a bite or two, that's fine as long as you're staying alive with your high mouse movement.
Holy shit.
Like, especially with Skulk, having 6 or higher sensitivity is even better than Lurk, to be honest, because you need to be able to just do like a 180 bite all the time if you're like bomber skulking.
So
you can't do that very well if you have low sensitivity.
Yeah, so once you guys change up your mouse, and you can feel how high it is, I play with this on Marines as well, so I use this on both. 6 in game, 800 DPI. I suggest
You're crazy.
staying around 5 at 800 DPI if you're gonna do
4
this.
is fine. Like, I think above 3.5 to 4 is fine. I think will work.
And
And here I'm sitting on 7.
So,
So, Schu, you also wrist play with the Marine. You don't go those
I play
things.
more with my fingers. I aim with my fingers with more than my wrist. I move my mouse with my fingers most of the time.
And you never have the feeling to be not accurate with your marine?
Have you seen me not accurate with my Marine?
I knew that the answer.
You could probably reach 60%.
I shoot higher than
Fingers.
most people, and I'm using my fingers, so...
Finger aiming is actually the most precise way to grip a mouse for accuracy. There's like 3 different types of grips that you can use on a mouse. There's claw grip, there's palm, and then there's the finger grip.
Yep, I use...
And finger grip
I
takes
use
the
finger.
most time to develop and get good at, but it's also the most precise. I don't use finger grip, I do claw grip.
Yeah, and I use finger grip. Oh, learning many things. Oh, by the way, I hope none of you are using Mouse Excel either. If you guys are using Mouse Excel, that's probably a reason why you're getting fucked. So if you have that on, you need to turn it off.
I think Kabooble is actually.
Yeah, and he's not like. Come on now, it's Kabooble.
Remember,
Yeah,
you need to turn it
discussion
off
with
in
it.
3 different locations. One in the game menu, one in the console commands, and I believe a second one for the mouse
Console
and
commands.
settings.
You have to turn it off in Windows as well.
So does this
Actually,
feel...
the best
so,
thing to do is go online and search for mouse, or what's it called? Fucking...
Mouse acceleration.
No,
Yeah.
but there's a config you can download, and you just double click it, and it opens and it automatically puts it in your registry settings, because you can't just do it in Windows, that's not good enough. It's called CPL mouse config or something like that online, you can download it.
You need to have the program for your mouse. You can turn it off there, then you can have it for the Windows one, turn it off there, and then in-game. Those are the 3 ones.
Yeah, there's a file that you could download called CPL mouse fix is what it's called. And it will basically set your registry settings in Windows so that there's no mouse acceleration.
Do I need this? Or can I just turn it off in the options normally?
Turning it off in options is not technically...
It doesn't technically turn it all the way off, but I did not download that on Windows 10, so
Windows 10 you might not have to.
I'm using it off, like on Windows 10 right now. I just turned it off in the mouse options.
Me too.
You should do it in mouse up in the game, put it to raw input, and then it takes it from the operating system.
Yes.
So then you have, if you have a mouse driver, it has to be off there, and in Windows it has to be off. In the Windows mouse option it's called Enhanced Pointer Precision or something like that.
Yeah.
And uncheck that.
Yeah, uncheck that and then use raw input on, and that should turn off Mouse Excel more than enough for you. I mean, there might be like a slight, like I don't notice it because I've just been using this for so long, but if I turn it on, I can definitely notice because it goes further than I want it to. All right, questions about. I'm assuming you guys want to know like what accuracies you should have on Lurk, right?
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Like a ballpark aim here. All right, now this stuff you guys got to really practice on your own here. I can't be like, all right, now just bite at this accuracy and you'll be fine. Like like if you're not great at landing bites, this is something that you need to work on your own. And I would start off with skulks. Like if you're not landing at least 80% bite with skulks, you're not going to land high with Lurk. And you know, and vice versa. So, in the ballpark range with Lurk, you want anywhere from 60 to 100% bite accuracy.
And spiking?
Spiking doesn't really matter. It's always going to be jacked up. Spiking, most of the time, you'll probably hit around 35-ish. And that's usually where you want to keep it, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter. As long as you can chip their armor away, and I don't care if you're missing half the time to do that, as long as they hit. Because, you know, like, if you're spiking, you're floating and you're getting shot at, so as long as you hit like 2 spikes on a Marine, I don't care if you miss 8 of them. You know, so now you're shooting 20%.
Different question. Actually engaging and killing Marines, let's say single Marine before shotguns are up, how do you go in and move to kill?
That's a very, very general question. It depends on which room they're in. It depends where they're standing.
Hub.
Hub.
So,
you...
there's no reason to go hub.
Yeah, if a Marine sitting in hub, like, you are gonna get fucking destroyed by that Marine if he's a good shot. Because, I mean, look at this room.
Okay, here, I'm gonna make this very, very clear for you. If you're not engaging with a group of other aliens in a big room, there's no reason to go into that room. That's something that people need to stop doing in gathers. Like, I see it all the time.
You need to defend an RT?
There's no RT in hub.
Nah, okay, but in another part.
ET. Maybe.
Okay, elevator. So we started, I guess, down in shipping, right? Like if we have elevator caps.
Okay, I'm a Marine now in elevator building the RT.
Building the node? So, I mean, there's multiple ways of engaging this. If you're by yourself as a Lurk, let's just say you are, I don't know why, but you are, and the Marine's building the node, it's before SGs go up, right? This is probably one of the easiest engagements that you can take, because if he's building, he can't hear you, so you can mainly just glide your ass in here and lawnmower him. You don't have to dodge.
He's gonna watch. There's like no angle you can sneak.
It depends if he's actively building the node or not. Like if he's building the node and then you hop on him, it's gonna take him time to stop building, whip out his gun, and then start to fire at you. So you have time to get him down with barely taking no damage.
But here you can see like quite far if somebody's coming in.
Doesn't matter, dude. You're still having to stop building, whip out your gun. So he's already like right on you by that time, and you can just lawnmower Lurk.
Okay, but like if you're flying at one and then shooting him, like do you fly up and down? It can only like shoot, attack me. Like how does it look like?
Okay, fine. So it looks like.
How do you slow down in one mode?
Don't.
You guys see what I'm doing? Like I'm going up, down, extremely fast, and I'm whipping my mouse with my fingers. That's just one way of doing it. I mean,
are you just using your jump button or the crouch button too?
Oh, you can use crouch.
First person.
You can use crouch if you like. I don't. I like to be in control with my mouse.
Don't use crouch unless you're like need to go down really fast, like not in engagement.
Distance.
I don't use crouch at all in fighting Marines.
Okay, just jumping.
It can be very good for dodging at the escape.
And for sneaking inside me, coming from my elevated position.
How do you do that? What you're doing right now, actually?
How am I doing it?
Yes, slow it down for me.
Alright, here, let me slow it down.
You can just increase the mouse game speed, and you see the show.
Can you guys see that? You guys see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm slowing it down a lot, so you guys can see.
I recommend increasing the game speed. It's not easy to show.
So, wait, what?
Yeah, you can increase the game speed. Archon speed 0.1. Then you can shoot individually in slow motion.
That actually works.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the command?
Archon speed 0.1, for instance. It tends to the speed. You can use it in the game chat if you have the commands for it.
It's not working. What? Type it
Yeah,
out.
you probably don't have the... Wait, I'll type it out.
I think like that.
Oh, Archon.
Not all calm.
So it's a monster probably. Good to know.
I don't know what's going on here.
So
You can kind of get the gist of it though. You sort of just bite and flick up behind you and then
So,
down.
I mean, I flick a lot with the Lurk. So,
Before this one.
speed point.
It has to be enabled on the server.
Yeah, I don't think it is. So primarily what I'm doing there is I'm attacking and dodging at the same time. That's the point of what I'm doing. And also I'm hoping that the comm will drop meds and waste res as well. Because, like, to me, I'm not taking that much damage. So if the commander is med spamming this Marine and you land all your bites, yeah, he'll stay alive for like 5 or 6 bites, but that's like 4 to 5 res that the commander just spent on him. And he's still gonna die. So I do that a lot for multiple reasons. I don't do it just to, like, kill Marines. I do it so that the comm also meds him and wastes res.
And what situations are you pressing what buttons?
Alright. Mainly I'm holding my forward key. Since I use arrow keys. I don't use W. So I hold down my forward key and I am basically hitting jump twice to go down. I bite and I hold it and then I go up with
Stop shooting.
with the flick.
Oh, sorry.
So you glide back up and get your speed when you're on the way down.
Yeah.
Okay.
With 2 jump and then going up again with jump.
I don't think I even hit jump when I go up. It just kind of takes me up. Yeah, by just holding it.
Does jump make you down faster?
I think so. Not sure.
Yeah, because if you don't hit jump at all, you'll just float.
No, I mean if you're gliding and you have the speed and you go down immediately.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a very, very small change. It's not substantial. So that's the pancaking bite, I guess you'd call it. There's other things that you do, like I see a lot of lurks just they just move their mouse left and right and just hold down bite and it hits the Marine because the bite cone on the lurk is actually pretty large. So even if you're not directly staring at them, they'll still hit. You can actually bite a Marine from your ass with the Lurk. So, I see a lot of Lurks doing that, and they have a lot of success with it, but I don't do that. I like to keep the Marine in the middle of my screen every time I bite. I don't like to do it.
It can backfire quickly.
Yeah. So that's mainly it. As far as moving around the map, what you guys need to start getting used to is constantly move your mouse while you're flying around maps. And once you get used to this, when you go into rooms that no other aliens are in and you know that there's Marines in there, you'll start going in there with jukes, right? So that you just get used to doing this. I mean, obviously, you're not going to do this, like, in your hive. Like, I'm leaving the hive, guys! And, like, you're just going nuts.
Let's get crazy in here.
It's just to get you guys in the habit of doing it, and that's what me and AD used to start doing, just to start getting used to moving.
I found it pretty useful. I started doing it when I got like sneaky killed like 2 or 3 times. Just always expect a Marine around the next corner. Never feel safe very much, and always like. Doesn't have to be like super dodges, but like little jiggles while you fly.
So if you're one of those guys that aren't a fan of the high mouse movement speed, that's fine because there are different play styles that you can use with a Lurk duo. For instance, when me and AD played Lurk, I would be the one to go in and just take a lot of damage and bait, and then he would be the one that would basically lawnmower the Marines down. He would get all the kills.
Meaning spiking, or
no? So a lawnmower Lurk is kind of like how it sounds. Like you just hold down left click and you just stay on a Marine. It's called lawnmowering.
All right.
You don't dodge. You just stay on him and bite him down. Because I would already take all the damage. So I would go in there, do my little jukes, and then he'd go up pretty much behind them and fuck them in the ass. And that's how we played Lurk. And it was pretty good. And also, AD's Lurk spikes are a lot better than mine. So he would usually spike almost all the Marines down anyways. So, and I would just go for mainly landing bites and dodging. And that was our little role there. Our little tag team duo thing. That's how we broke it up without really talking about it. We just kind of learned off of each other.
I have another question. There are two different actions you can do in combat. There's one I see often Lurks trying to avoid bullets, dodging a lot in the ceiling, trying the Marine to get the clip empty and then just eat him up. But there's a different type where you just not trying to avoid bullets, just go in, land as many bites as you can, and try to kill him before he kills you. What is how do I mix this up? Do I'm trying to get his clip empty and then go for the bites?
So all this depends on positioning of the Marine relative to you. So if he's in a big ass room, I mean obviously you're not just gonna fly at him and be like, I'm gonna bite you, here it comes. No, it's not gonna work. However, if he's around a corner and you turn that corner and he doesn't know, he's like, oh fuck, like you know, he's not ready for you. Yeah, sure, just hop on him and bite him.
Listen to the sounds too, because honestly, some of the best times to solo a Marine with just lawnmowering is you listen to them shooting assist, and you know when they're about to reload, and that's when you go in. So you don't even have to dodge at all.
Is dodging worth it against good Marines?
Not if they're reloading.
Not if they're reloading. They have no ammo, so who cares? Just go in on them.
You can do the most damage quickest. You can do the most DPS by not dodging, but it's risky.
Yeah. So this isn't like a Lurk thing. This is like an NS2 thing. This game is about timing. It's all about timing.
Yep.
Like what time are the Marines going to be over here from their last respawn? What time are Lurks going up? What time are Phase going up? What time are they getting SGs up based off their nodes? What time are Phase gets about to go up? And what time are they about to reload? And what time are they, you know, like all that matters. And that's literally how you should be thinking of this game every time that you play. It's always about timings. That's why whenever I play Gathers and I get fucking angry, it's because our timings are usually off, like really, really bad. So yeah, so like once everyone masters timings,
it's gotta be a team timing too. It can't just be your timing's good and someone else's off, because that's how you get fucked.
Yeah. So I mean, everything is about timing.
If you are a solo Lurk and you know there's two Marines, and you could probably pick one because one's reloading and the other one they're staggering their shots, it's not worth going in there because you might get a pick, but then you're gonna take a ton of damage. You have to go back and heal. Then the next person comes in, they get killed. So it's like, it's better sometimes to wait for your other Lurk or a Skulk even to come with you before you engage something.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna say this right now. The way how Lucky Chams did it was we had two Lurks and a Skulk always engage aside. That's how we cleared rooms with ease all the time, because it would only be max 2 Marines, right? So it's 2 Marines versus 2 Lurks and a Skulk in every engagement. And that's how we basically controlled the timing of the game. We controlled the flow of the game by basically breaking up the Marines' timings. Their respawn rates were all fucking all over the place, right? Because that, you know, 1 IP within 5 minutes of the game was still going on when I played. So they're all jacked up. So that's like you need to be engaging with another Lurk or a skulk at all times. You should not be going in by yourself. That's a habit that people need to break, and I see it happen all the fucking time. People trying to like up their kill-death ratio instead of actually working with the team. Alright, so do we have any questions so far, or anything about the Lurk that you guys are still curious about? It is by far the strongest class in the game, by the way, if you play him right.
Well, yesterday Heracles was talking about when Fates and Lurk enter the room, Marine should hug the wall instead of where the skull comes in, you get away from the wall. When you're lurking and the Marine is hugging the wall, is it a sign to just go out and hope that you don't die, or can you still get into the encounter and perhaps land some bites? Or
so
generally, what are the do's and the don'ts of entering a battle?
So the reason why Heracles is saying that is because if you hug a wall with a Marine, not only are you covering your back, you also have less dimensions for the Lurk and Fade to engage. There's only... Since you're basically on a wall like over here, right? That means that you only have to look one direction. You don't have to cover your ass.
You have to cover a half dome instead of a full dome.
You only cover 180 degrees instead of 360. So that's the main reason why he's saying that. Now, you're asking what's the do's and don'ts of engaging a Marine like that. And I'm going to say right now, it all depends on timing. Once again, if he's reloading, go ahead. He can't attack you. If you're engaging with a team and there's multiple Marines in there, you have to basically bait their bullets and force them to start reloading and staggering their shots. That's how you win fights most of the time in like a team engagement. You basically make them, either you get an early kill, or you make them stagger their shots and miss meat shots on fades and stuff like that, and make them start reloading. So there is no right or wrong answer here. I would say at that point, if they're all hugging walls, just spike them. I mean, it depends on your team, dude. It depends.
Okay.
I mean, safest play all the time is spiking. If you don't know what to do, just spike. Like if you're not sure. Yeah, if you're not sure whether or not. Exactly, especially when shotguns are up. If there's ever a situation you're not 100% sure what you're supposed to do, like if you feel like, oh fuck, we're getting pushed in here pretty bad in this room, and I'm by myself, or I'm taking some good chip, just spike them. Wait for more people to group up.
Yeah. So you don't want to take chip damage early. That's true with every life form. More so with the Lurk, though, just because he's usually the he's a great early game. What's the word I'm looking for here? Lurks can clear rooms easily early game. Once fades are up, they're mainly support. That's usually what they're there for. They're there for spiking Umbra, spores if you have them, and res biting. That's their role at that point in the game. You support the other life forms. You land bites whenever the Marines are reloading or their back return to you. But your main objective once fades are up is not to get kills left and right. That's the fade's job. Your job with Lurk is to keep the support going with Umbra, with spikes, chip damage.
So at that moment, you also change to Adrenaline.
You can. Adrenaline's not a bad upgrade, and actually that upgrade gets a lot of flack. Like, he's not skilled. He's using Adrenaline. That's not necessarily true. Like, if they're rushing your hive and you're constantly having to defend your hive, go Adrenaline. Adrenaline's a great upgrade for Lurk. It really is.
And you can Umbra.
Especially with like the Lurk Umbra spores, and spikes. Adrenaline is by far probably the best upgrade to get at that point in game if you're doing that.
I don't even honestly
what
think
about-
celerity is that great with Lurk because like you can dodge really well even without celerity as Lurk. Like it's not speed that's important, it's the actual movement. Like
Speed
I'll
helps.
describe it.
I think it helps early game before shotguns are up, but once you're spiking it though, it doesn't matter that much. And especially with the Umbra, the spores.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And a lot of people don't realize
celerity can get you
how
in trouble.
powerful Umbra is.
celerity can get you in trouble though because like you feel like you're more able to dodge things and you feel like you can take more risks, and that's actually goes against the Lurk playstyle a bit. I mean, celerity should be used primarily for like escaping, not for like it's not somewhat. It does increase your combat effectiveness, but it also can get you in trouble situations. At least that's how it happens with me. Because I feel like, oh, I'm moving faster, I can go faster, I can do more, I can go in deeper.
Alright.
It's just true, but then you get yourself, you know.
We have an admin here.
And what is about escaping?
Switch it to biodome. We're gonna do a little lurk drill. A little lurk drill, guys! You're actually gonna practice this shit now.
Is it worth it escaping like moving like a Lurk on steroids, up and down and every the shit, and you're basically
Pancaking?
escaping less fast, but you're trying to avoid bullets, or is it better to go as fast as possible out of the room?
The best thing to do is, if depending on how much health you have, is break line of sight as soon as possible. Like, that is the best evasive maneuver if you can, but if you're like in an open room, you have to pancake out and do dodging maneuvers.
Okay.
But sometimes it can mean like hugging the ground and flying in a straight line close to the ground if it breaks line of sight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for instance, in system waypointing in Veil, if you start just like hovering right on the ground there, you can go behind those things in the middle of the room, and you won't get, you know. You won't
Yeah,
get
sometimes
shot.
I have the feeling that trying to avoid his bullets is like a gamble. You are counting that he's not hitting his shots. Because when he's doing it,
geometry when you can.
because you're slow.
Oh, there's a lot of times as a lurk, like, you'll take, like, no damage, and then out of nowhere, you'll get fucking bursted the fuck down out of nowhere. It's because of your wings. Your wings are humongous. So, like, you'll be on a Marine taking no damage, and then out of nowhere, brrr, like, you'll take, like, 18 bullets. You'll be like, what the fuck? It happens all the time. It's because of the wingspan. It's just a humongous hitbox on it. So, I'm going to explain what we're doing here. So, this is what me and AD did. Me, AD, and Migalski, I think, and some other people in Lucky Chams. So, we need 2 Marines in Agri-Labs, and we need 2 Lurks at Agri-Labs. You know, there doesn't need to be upgrades, and there's no med spam or anything like that. So, this is what a real engagement will look like. Usually, just imagine that there's a node here in Agri-Labs, and you and another Lurk have to defend that node against 2 Marines. This is how you actually work on both your Marine. Basically, it helps the Marines attack the same Lurk, because your goal is to kill at least 1 Lurk. That is what you're supposed to do as a Marine. Just get 1 Lurk down. And the goals with the Lurk is to figure out which playstyle you guys need to use to basically take them both out without losing a single Lurk. So, just an example, the first Lurk that goes in needs to be the bait, the next Lurk needs to go in there and land the bites.
Good. Should we split up in TS?
Yeah, sure. You can do this also infiltration. This is just what it just works better in Agri-Labs because that's a perfect room for a Lurk Marine fight. Filtration is a little bit bigger, so just a lot harder over there. So just get 2 people that want to go Marines into Agri-Labs and 2 people that want to go Lurk, and start using everything that I've said with the higher sensitivity, the up-down shit, the lawn mowing. And this will help.
When I will be the Marines first in Agri-Labs, we need 2 Lurks, and then maybe we can switch to a chat channel. They're all full. Chat channel number 7 for acrobats.
User left your channel.
Alright. Alright, guys. I wasn't really gonna go too in depth with this next part here. This is just them practicing, so I'm actually gonna probably turn off my stream here.
Channel.
We need 2 people to go Lurk. Let's go do it.
Yeah, I'll go Lurk.
Go Lurk, and you guys gotta figure out. Oh, you guys gotta figure out who's going in first. Or you can basically play off each other without speaking, which is what you're gonna be doing most of the time in game, anyways. If a Lurk goes in, then you go in right behind him. You know, play off of him.
Yeah, less communication is actually better because like you should be like basically to the point where you just know what to do without having to talk about it.
Are there any tips to how to land more bites?
I don't know. That's just practice, bro. That is pure muscle memory. I'm being serious. There is no, like, I mean, I can tell you to, like, if you want to land more bites, then slow down your movement, but you'll get destroyed if you do that, so, it literally is all muscle memory.
When you're doing your up and down shit, are you aiming for the head of the marine?
No, just the blob that I see. My screen moves so fast that I actually don't see like distinct features. It's just blobs. So I just go for it. Oh, you have my phone?
You have a red flag on.
Oh, red flag. That's fine. Yeah, just no spore, no umbra. This is to teach Lurks how to land bites, how to dodge, and Marines how to shoot the same target. It actually is a, this is probably one of the best drills that you could possibly do for both your Lurk and your Marine.
ADHD, you have to Marine now as well, because you're the guy left. Or not.
Do you guys know how to respawn?
Yeah. Type the console command and then type in respawn. And to make it really useful for you, type bind